Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Data Sculptor. Today we are going to see another interesting SQL question. So this time you have a table called customers with columns name, purchase date and amount. So for each and every customers you have multiple purchase dates and there are different amounts for each and every purchase date. So if you see for John Smith you have purchase date in May, June, July, August and September, okay, and for each and every month you have a amount. And similarly for Alice you have in May, June, July and in August you have 2 purchases and in September you have 1 purchase. And for Bob you have May, you do not have June, you have July and no August, September and October. So with this data you need to calculate the average amount. So the average amount should be the last 3 months average. That means for John Smith in month of purchase 5, that is in the month of May, you need to take the average of May, April and March, because that is the last 3 months before May. So you do not have April and March. So 100 divided by 3. So 100 divided by 3, which is 33. So for John Smith in the month of 5 you have 33 as the average amount, 33.33. And for John Smith for the month of 6. So for the month of 6 you need to calculate the average of month 6, month 5 and month 4. You do not have any purchase in month 4. So average of 6 and 5 and 4, that is 120 plus 100 plus 0, that is 220 divided by 3, that is you will get around 73. And similarly for Alice here, you see here for month of 8th month you are having 2 purchases. So you need to sum these 2 purchases and then calculate the last 3 months average. So hope you all understood the question. So now let's go back to SQL Server Studio and see how to solve this using SQL. So this is the input. The table name is customer purchases and you have this data as you see in this. So first what I will try to do, first we will try to retrieve the month of the purchase, and for every month you will calculate the sum of amount for every name. So that is select from customer purchases and here we will keep name comma month of purchase date as month of purchase comma sum of amount as total amount. So here we have taken the sum because we need to handle the scenario where a single name and in a single month has multiple purchases. If there are such scenarios, we need to take the sum of the amount. So in these cases we have this particular customer named Alice. He has 2 purchases. So that's why we are taking this sum and we need to write the group by name comma month of purchase date. So if you write this, if you run this query, you will get the name and month of purchase and you will get the total amount. And now let's keep this in a CTE with CTE as. So now we have got the CTE and the total amount. Now we need to calculate the last 3 months average. So how do we do that? So we can use select from CTE A left join CTE B on A dot name is equal to B dot name, and since we want the last 3 months, so A dot month of purchase minus B dot month of purchase between 0 and 2. So now let's try to understand this particular join condition. So I am doing a self join between the CTE. I am joining the same CTE with itself. On first join condition is on the name. So we want to calculate the last 3 months average for every customer. So that's why we are joining on the name. And once we join on the name, so now let's execute this till here. So if we execute this till here, so for Alice Doe, it will be joined with all the months of purchases. We do not want that. We want only the last 3 months. So we need to in this join we need to retrieve only the rows which are less than 5 and only last 3 rows, that means 5, 4 and 3. So, we need to write a condition in such a way that for every month you are getting only the current row and the last 2 months. So, that is why A dot month of purchase minus B dot month of purchase is between 0 and 2. So, so now if you run this condition, if you run this entire query, so A dot month of purchase is 5 and B dot month of purchase is 5. So, 5 minus 5 is 0. So, this difference, this particular value is between 0 and 2. So, this condition is satisfied. And next for Alice Doe's month of purchase is 6. So, you are getting rows 5 and 6. So, 6 minus 5 is 1 and 6 minus 6 is 0. So, these 2 rows are coming. And for 7 you are getting 5, 6 and 7. So, 7 minus 5 is 2, 7 minus 6 is 1 and 7 minus 7 is 0. So, these 3 rows you are getting. And for row number 8 you are getting 8, 7 and 6. So, 8 minus 6 is 2, 8 minus 7 is 1 and 8 minus 8 is 0. So, that is why you are getting only these 3 rows. Suppose if you keep this as 3, you will get more rows here. So, for Alice 8 minus 5 is also 3. So, that is why, and now we have got 4 rows, but we want only 3 rows, right. So, that is why we are keeping 0 between 0 and 2. So, keep in mind that between operator these 2 values are inclusive. So, once you run this, you are getting this particular total amounts. So, now what you have to do, A dot name comma A dot month of purchase comma sum of B dot total amount divided by 3 as average underscore amount, and keep this in group by. So, A dot name and A dot month of purchase, you can keep this in a group by, and if you run this, this is the output you get. So, this is the same output which we have discussed earlier. So, for Alice you are getting 66, 140, 220, 360. This is the way you calculate the last 3 months average. So, you might get this doubt, why aren't we using the average and why are we using sum divided by 3. So, let us use the average function as well and see the differences. B dot total underscore amount as average amount. So, these 2 columns let us compare and see what the values are. So, the first row, if you see for Alice month of purchase, if you are doing the sum divided by 3, you are getting 66.66, but if you are using the average function, you are getting 200. So, let us try to understand why it is different. So, if you go to the initial data for Alice in the month of 5, Alice does not have purchase in month of 4 and month 3. So, that is why the average function is automatically taking only 1 row into consideration. So, that is why 200 divided by 1 you are getting. So, the average function always takes the total number of rows in the final data set. Suppose if you are having 3 rows, if you are not having 3 rows, but you are having only 2 rows, then the average function will take only 2 rows into consideration. So, that is the difference between the average function and this hard coded average formula. So, you need to use what the functions or this formula based on your requirement. So, our requirement is only to show the average in the last 3 months, irrespective of whether there is a purchase or not. So, in this way you will write the SQL query. So, hope you all like this question and also the solution. If you like, please click on the like button, and if you are watching our videos for the first time, make sure you click on the subscribe button. Thank you. Have a nice day.